Imagine for a moment that the very foundations of our understanding, the sacred narratives passed down through generations, hold a secret. Not a secret to be feared, but a truth so profound it could redefine your entire existence, your very spiritual journey. What if the origin of humanity, the purpose of our reincarnation, and the hidden forces that shape our reality are far more intricate and astonishing than we've ever dared to consider? Today, we embark on an extraordinary exploration, delving into ancient forbidden texts and whispered Gnostic revelations that promise to unlock a deeper consciousness and lead you towards profound healing and awakening. For too long, our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it has been confined by limited perspectives, often designed to maintain control rather than foster enlightenment. But hidden within scrolls long suppressed and stories carefully omitted lies a vibrant, transformative truth. In this video, we promise to unveil 3 powerful insights that will ignite your inner light and offer a completely new lens through which to view your life's purpose. First, we will shatter the conventional image of a perfect, omnipotent creator by introducing Yaldabaoth, the impulsive Demiurge who mistakenly brought forth our material world, a creation brimming with both wonder and inherent imperfection. Second, we will introduce you to Pistis Sophia, a beacon of divine wisdom and compassion from the highest realms, whose courageous intervention injected a sacred spark of true light into humanity, setting us on a path towards spiritual liberation. And third, we will expose the insidious influence of the Arkans, the mind-controlling entities who strive to keep humanity tethered to ignorance and cycles of control, revealing their ancient and modern tactics so you can reclaim your sovereignty. Have you ever felt an unshakable sense that there's more to this life, a deeper meaning that eludes conventional explanations? Do you yearn for a connection to something grander, a truth that resonates with your deepest intuition? This is your invitation to step beyond the veil, to embrace the Gnostic wisdom that offers not just answers, but profound inner peace and a pathway to your authentic divine self. Prepare for a revelation that will not only surprise you, but empower you to live a life of greater purpose and spiritual freedom. For eons, humanity has been told a singular story of creation, a narrative of a singular, perfect, all-knowing God who spoke the universe into being. But what if this story, while beautiful in its simplicity, masks a far more complex and compelling truth, one that holds the very key to understanding our inherent flaws and our profound spiritual potential? The Gnostic texts, particularly those that illuminate the concept of Yaldabaoth, invite us to reconsider the very act of creation. Imagine not an ultimate, perfect deity, but a powerful, albeit misguided being who emerged from the boundless pleroma, the fullness of divine light. This being, Yaldabaoth, acted out of isolation and ignorance, believing himself to be the only existing God. He did not intentionally create evil, but his creation, our material world, was born from his limited understanding and his inherent arrogance, a profound lack of gnosis regarding the higher, infinitely more perfect realms from which he himself emanated. Think of it this way. A brilliant sculptor working in the dark might create something magnificent yet still flawed because they cannot see the full breadth of their materials or the true perfection of the ideal form. Yaldabaoth's creation, our world, is thus a reflection of his own limitations, a world of duality, where light battles shadow, where pain often accompanies joy, and where we constantly strive for something beyond what we see. This explains why we experience suffering, why there's so much apparent contradiction and chaos. It's not a divine punishment from an all-loving God, but the inherent imperfection woven into the fabric of a creation birthed from a less-than-perfect source. The Old Testament's descriptions of a jealous, vengeful, and demanding God align surprisingly well with the Gnostic portrayal of Yaldabaoth, who desires absolute dominion and worship, unaware of the greater, truly benevolent divine source above him. This isn't to diminish faith or invalidate anyone's personal spiritual path. Instead, it's an invitation to deepen our understanding, to seek a more nuanced truth that can bring profound healing and context to our existence. The powerful lesson from Yaldabaoth's story is the critical importance of self-awareness and humility, even for divine beings. It teaches us that true wisdom comes not from asserting soul power, but from recognizing our place within a larger, interconnected cosmos. When we understand that our reality is built on a foundation of inherent imperfection, we can approach our own lives with greater compassion, forgiveness, and a yearning to transcend these limitations. This realization is the first step towards awakening, a call to look beyond the surface and to seek the true, unblemished light that lies beyond Yaldabaoth's flawed creation. And it is precisely at this juncture that a divine champion emerged, one who dared to intervene and forever change the destiny of humanity. From the ethereal realms of pure divine light, beyond the reach of Yaldabaoth's limited creation, a being of immense compassion and wisdom observed the unfolding drama. This was Pistis Sophia, a divine feminine emanation from the highest pleroma, whose very essence embodies faith and wisdom. Her heart swelled with sorrow as she witnessed the nascent human souls trapped within Yaldabaoth's flawed material world, unaware of their true divine heritage. She felt a profound imperative to intervene, to bring a glimmer of hope, a healing touch, to a creation spiraling into ignorance. Pistis Sophia's act was one of radical love and courage, a cosmic transgression in the eyes of the other eons, yet one that would fundamentally alter the destiny of humanity. Imagine her descending, like a ray of pure light piercing through dense clouds, to infuse the first humans with a sacred living spark, a piece of her own divine essence. This wasn't merely giving us life, it was gifting us consciousness, the potential for self-awareness, for gnosis, and for direct connection to the ultimate boundless divine source. This divine spark is the reason we feel an innate longing for something more than material existence, why we seek truth, meaning, and spiritual freedom. It's the whisper of Pistis Sophia's love within our souls, urging us to remember our true origin and to strive for transcendence. This profound revelation shifts our understanding of what it means to be human. We are not merely products of a flawed demiurge. We are living vessels of divine light, imbued with the potential to break free from the cycles of illusion and return to our true home. This empowers us immensely, transforming perceived weaknesses into extraordinary strengths. It suggests that our capacity for empathy, for creativity, for boundless love, stems directly from this sacred spark. Our struggles are not necessarily punishments, but opportunities to awaken and to activate this dormant divine potential. The story of Pistis Sophia is a testament to the power of divine intervention, a reminder that even in the face of perceived cosmic errors, love and wisdom will always find a way to offer a path to healing and liberation. The lesson here is deeply personal. Cherish the divine spark within you. Recognize that your spiritual journey is not about earning salvation, but about remembering who you truly are. Nurture that inner light through mindfulness, compassion, and a relentless pursuit of truth. By doing so, you honor Pistis Sophia's selfless act and begin to fulfill the potential she envisioned for humanity. But as this divine light began to stir within humanity, it also drew the attention of those who sought to keep the veil of ignorance firmly in place, leading us to confront the hidden adversaries who have tirelessly worked against our awakening. As the divine spark of Pistis Sophia began to stir within humanity, an insidious counterforce emerged, born from the very chaotic essence of Yaldabaoth's flawed creation. These are the Arkans, not mere demons of folklore, but parasitic, mind-controlling entities whose primary agenda is to keep humanity enslaved in ignorance, perpetually unaware of our true divine nature and our potential for spiritual liberation. Imagine them as cosmic gatekeepers of illusion, weaving intricate webs of deception through every facet of our reality, designed to prevent our consciousness from expanding beyond the material realm. They operate with cunning and subtlety, their influence permeating our most cherished institutions, religion, politics, media, and even the very systems that govern our daily lives. How do these Arkans maintain such profound control? They thrive on fear, division, and ignorance. They manipulate our perceptions, fueling our lower desires and distracting us from our higher spiritual purpose. In the realm of religion, they often twist authentic spiritual teachings into rigid dogmas, promoting blind faith over direct experience, creating hierarchies that mediate between humanity and the divine, thus preventing direct gnosis. They encourage ritual over inner transformation, dogma over personal revelation, subtly diverting seekers from their true path to enlightenment. In politics, they orchestrate conflicts, incite hatred, and propagate narratives of scarcity and competition, ensuring that humanity remains divided against itself, too busy fighting each other to recognize the true source of their oppression. They feed off emotional turbulence, keeping us in a perpetual state of reaction, unable to access the clarity needed for true spiritual awakening. Consider the modern world, the relentless bombardment of information designed to overwhelm rather than enlighten, the echo chambers of social media that reinforce biases and prevent genuine dialogue, the constant pressure to conform to societal norms that often stifle individual expression and spiritual growth. These are not random occurrences. They are manifestations of archontic influence, subtle yet powerful tactics to keep humanity entangled in a low vibrational state. They exploit our unhealed wounds, our unresolved traumas, and our collective shadows, creating a feedback loop of negativity that serves their parasitic existence. Their goal is to prevent us from realizing the immense power of our own consciousness, to stop us from reconnecting with our divine spark and ascending beyond their control. The profound lesson here is one of sovereignty and discernment. We must become vigilant observers of our own thoughts, emotions, and the information we consume. Do not blindly accept narratives, no matter how authoritative they appear. Question everything that seeks to instill fear, create division, or diminish your inherent power. Recognizing the archontic influence is the first step towards reclaiming your spiritual freedom. It's an invitation to cultivate inner stillness, to trust your own intuition, and to actively choose love and unity over fear and division. This is the true battleground, not on external fields, but within the landscape of our own minds. But their influence extends beyond our waking lives, reaching into the very cycles of our existence, particularly the often misunderstood process of reincarnation. We often find solace in the concept of reincarnation, viewing it as a benevolent cosmic journey, a gentle cycle designed for soul growth and purification. But what if this comforting belief, so widely embraced across cultures and spiritual traditions, conceals a deeper, more unsettling truth, a subtle yet powerful mechanism of control orchestrated by the Arkans? The Gnostic texts challenge this conventional view, suggesting that for many, reincarnation is not an automatic ascent to higher wisdom, but rather a sophisticated spiritual trap, a perpetual loop designed to keep souls bound within the flawed material realm created by Yaldabaoth. Imagine the cycle not as a ladder leading to enlightenment, but as a carefully constructed prison, a cosmic wheel that prevents truly awakened souls from fully escaping the influence of the Arkans and returning to the boundless pleroma, the ultimate source of divine light. According to Gnostic wisdom, upon physical death, if a soul has not achieved sufficient gnosis, direct, experiential knowledge of its divine nature and the true cosmic hierarchy, it remains susceptible to the archontic influence. These entities, acting as cosmic gatekeepers, manipulate the soul's attachments, its unresolved karma, and its unconscious desires, subtly drawing it back into another physical incarnation within this very world. They feed on the emotional and spiritual energy generated by our experiences, seeking to perpetuate the cycle of suffering and ignorance. This perspective stands in stark contrast to traditional teachings that view karma and rebirth as inherently beneficial for soul evolution. For the Gnostics, true liberation comes not from repeating earthly lessons, but from transcending the need for them entirely, from breaking free from the karmic wheel through the cultivation of gnosis and the realization of one's divine spark connected to pistis Sophia. The continuous striving for material success, the ingrained patterns of behavior, the emotional roller coaster of human experience. From this Gnostic viewpoint, these are often symptoms of a soul repeatedly returning to an unawakened state, trapped in a cycle designed to serve the archontic agenda. The profound lesson embedded in this radical understanding is a clarion call to conscious awakening in this lifetime. It challenges us to look beyond the simplistic narratives of death and rebirth, and to recognize that true spiritual freedom is achieved not by accumulating merit for a future life, but by realizing our divine potential and dissolving the illusions that bind us in the present moment. This isn't about escaping responsibility, but about taking ultimate responsibility for our consciousness and our spiritual evolution. It compels us to seek genuine gnosis, to activate the divine spark within, and to consciously choose liberation over endless repetition. Understanding reincarnation as a potential spiritual trap underscores the urgency of our awakening and the critical importance of discerning the truth hidden beneath layers of cultural programming, a truth that has been deliberately suppressed for millennia. For thousands of years, a profound truth about our existence, our divine origins, and the very nature of reality has been systematically concealed, almost entirely purged from mainstream human understanding. This is the story of the suppression of the Gnostic texts, the deliberate act by emerging powers to erase a body of wisdom so potent, so radically liberating, that it threatened to dismantle their very foundations of control. These texts, discovered in places like Nag Hammadi, are not mere ancient curiosities. They are direct windows into a forgotten era where alternative cosmologies and paths to spiritual enlightenment thrived before being declared heresy and ruthlessly extinguished. Why were these invaluable scrolls burned, their adherents persecuted, and their message branded as dangerous falsehoods? Because they unveiled the truth about Yaldabaoth's flawed creation, exposed the manipulative tactics of the Arkans, and most importantly, revealed the inherent divine spark within every human connected to pistis Sophia, empowering individuals to seek gnosis directly, without intermediaries. Imagine a world where direct spiritual experience was paramount, where enlightenment was an inner journey accessible to all, not a privilege granted by an external authority. The Gnostic message was precisely this: that salvation, healing, and liberation come not through dogma or ritual alone, but through gnosis, a direct, personal, and transformative knowledge of one's own divine self and the true nature of the cosmos. This radical self-empowerment was a direct threat to burgeoning religious and political institutions that sought to centralize power and mediate humanity's relationship with the divine. By systematically destroying these texts and rewriting history, the dominant forces engaged in a monumental act of cultural erasure, creating a fabricated narrative that served their agenda, one that fostered dependence on external authority rather than nurturing individual spiritual sovereignty. Think of the intellectual and spiritual heritage that was lost, the centuries of wisdom that were deliberately obscured. This wasn't merely a theological debate. It was a cosmic struggle for the very consciousness of humanity. By eliminating the Gnostic perspective, humanity was denied a crucial piece of its spiritual map, left to navigate a complex existence with incomplete and often misleading guidance. Many of the prevailing beliefs about God, sin, karma, and the nature of reality are in fact rooted in this carefully constructed, incomplete narrative, perpetuating cycles of confusion and disempowerment. We are, in a profound sense, living within a story that has been heavily edited, with essential chapters removed, leading to a deep, often unconscious sense of spiritual alienation for many who yearn for deeper meaning and purpose. The profound lesson here is a testament to the indomitable power of truth. Even when buried, burned, and denied, truth possesses an inherent resonance, waiting for awakened hearts to rediscover it. For those who seek genuine spiritual understanding, healing, and liberation, the path demands courage. Cultivate discernment, question prevailing narratives, and fearlessly seek the hidden wisdom. The rediscovery of the Nag Hammadi library in the mid-20th century was nothing short of a miracle, a crack in the carefully constructed facade that allowed the radiant light of Gnosis to shine forth once more. It's a powerful reminder that our spiritual journey is ultimately a personal one, often requiring us to venture beyond the well-trodden paths and to trust our deepest intuition, guided by the indelible divine spark of Pistis Sophia within. This ongoing quest for truth, despite every historical attempt to suppress it, is an act of profound healing, an act of defiance, and an act of ultimate spiritual freedom. As our profound journey through the hidden annals of Gnostic wisdom draws to a close, let the echoes of these ancient truths resonate within your soul. We have ventured far beyond the conventional narratives, peeling back the layers of illusion to glimpse a more intricate, yet infinitely more empowering understanding of our origin of humanity and our place in the vast cosmos. We've confronted the truth of Yaldabaoth, the Demiurge whose flawed creation birthed our material world, filled with inherent contradictions and challenges. Yet we found solace and inspiration in the courageous intervention of Pistis Sophia, the divine feminine essence who infused us with a precious spark of divine light, forever linking us to the boundless pleroma. And we've illuminated the insidious influence of the Arkans, those unseen forces who strive to keep us bound in ignorance, manipulating the cycles of reincarnation and orchestrating the very systems of control that permeate our world. This has not merely been a journey of intellectual discovery. It has been an invitation to profound healing, a healing of the mind from limiting beliefs, a healing of the heart from unseen burdens, and a deep spiritual awakening that reconnects you to your authentic, divine self. The Gnostic revelations offer us a powerful lens through which to view our lives, transforming perceived struggles into opportunities for growth and liberation. They remind us that the quest for truth is not a passive pursuit, but an active, courageous engagement with our own consciousness. The divine spark of Pistis Sophia burns brightly within you, a sacred flame that longs to guide you back to your true home, to the boundless freedom and light of the pleroma. Are you ready to fan that flame? Are you ready to fully embrace your spiritual sovereignty, to question everything that seeks to diminish your power, and to walk a path illuminated by your own inner gnosis? This is the moment to choose awakening. If this journey through the forbidden texts has resonated deeply within your spirit, if it has brought a glimmer of light into your understanding or offered healing to a part of your soul that yearned for answers, please consider supporting this work. Every contribution, no matter how small, is a sacred offering that helps me continue to share these vital truths, to produce more videos that illuminate hidden wisdom, and to empower more souls on their path to spiritual liberation. Your support is truly invaluable, and it helps sow the seeds of a collective awakening. Thank you from the deepest chambers of my heart for walking this path of discovery with me. Your willingness to question, to seek, and to embrace these profound insights is a testament to the immense consciousness shift happening in our world today. May your journey forward be filled with ever-increasing light, wisdom, and unconditional love. Keep seeking, keep shining, and remember, the truth is not out there, but deeply embedded within you.